Today we are going to discuss about the various data types. So various data types in Python. So maybe just like for an example, I'm just going to create one password password creator. Just kind of how to use different data types. Like we have a various data type. For example, what's your name? And my name is John. What's your age? And my age is 29. What's your height? And my height is 167.7. These all are different answers. John is called string in Python, and the age 29 is called whole number or the integer in Python, and 167.7 or something like that's a decimal is called float in Python. And even boolean we can say false or true. If x greater than 2 and x equal to 2 and x greater than 2, then it says false or true, that condition. So basically I'm just going to create some simple program to define the various data types. So I just start with say one of my name. What's my name? That's like one of my questions. So it's like everything is coming as a pop-up rather than what is my name. Then I just ask this as a question. Then so we just like get to know about what kind of data type it is, because in default Python will save all as string. So print type of, so type means what kind of then we just like a type the variable, so it will display that what kind of type it is, or what kind of data type it is. If I gonna run and if I just ask what's a name and if I just type John, then it will say okay, your class, your data type is string. So it's a default data type is string. And the second one is I would say what's my age. So the same thing, I would say input and ask what is or how old are you, maybe old are you. So basically how old are you, the question was like which I say 29 or 30 or 35 whatever. So if I say according to me it is a number or the integer whole number, but Python will save this also as a string. So the in the end we will say that how to convert that one, or how to how to change that one. That's like one of the things we are going to discuss today. So here we can say okay, my name is John, and that is okay, obviously that is string. And how old are you? I'm say I'm 30. And if you say that also string, that's one of the thing, because Python default is string. So that's one of the thing we are going to discuss today. And the final one we could say what is your height, because I'm just want to introduce float number also. So height is input, then ask what is your height. And we already know that it's like if you say 167.7 or something, then it will be a float. But as I said, it's like obviously ask us integer instead of float. So print type and age. Instead of that we just type height, and we would know that this is okay. I want to run that one quickly. So name is John, and that is string, and 30 age also a string, and if I say 167.7, that also string. All are data types. So when we gonna print this one, for example, if I just print, basically how I gonna print that, I just print name, sorry, if I just print all the variables like name, then age, then height, then what gonna happen? So if I gonna run this one, then it's asked that what's your name, then it's John, and I know that my data type is string. Then the second question is asking that what's your age, I would say 30, and again as a data type is string, then 167.7 again. Then instead of asking like, if I say name, age and height, it will add because all are adding together, because these all are terms are string. So how I would change the data type, that's one of the things. So we know that the default one is string, so we don't need to change this one. I'm just clear off. Then we know that if I just type my age, it's like I never say 29.5 or 30.5, I would say 30. So I would say int, then my data type is turned to int. And if I say float, float means numbers with a decimal point. So if I just convert that one a float, then my data type is converted to the float. Then the thing is, my name is in string right now, age is in input integer, and the height is in a float, and this won't work. So let us see one more time, because my age is John and this data type is string, and my age is 30 and that is integer, and my height is 170, 167 or 180 or whatever, then it won't work. So if you get this kind of error, type error can only concatenate string. So concatenate meant when we are combined all together, then it's not integer to string. So there we cannot combine integer to string, so that all are we can return. And in which line it is, there is a problem, line 18, and also the print name plus age plus height. So if in this condition, what we can say, I would introduce a function called fprint. The fprint can be an amazing tool you can use anywhere. Fprint you can use anywhere. I'm just trying to modify this one to add f simply in the beginning. And for example, I would say your name is, then I start this option, then I put my variable inside, then yeah, simply I just put the comma, and your age is, then again I just add this one, then if I just add a separate by comma here, then the finally your height is. So this is the function, and we have to add close the, oh sorry, this already we closed. Okay, so this is the code. We could say that print f, your name is name and your age is age and the height is height. Even if you say here \n, that to help us to add to the next line \n. Okay, so now I'm gonna run my code one more time. So there is a syntax error is called end of the loop while scanning string literal. And because we know that if you just like a come the errors like that, we just like a find the errors is in the end of the line. And I forgot to close that function. So again, so my name is John and my age is 30, that's integer, and my height is 167.7. Then we know that it's coming to this is class float, but your name is John and that is called string, and your age is coming to the \n is coming to the next line. Your age is 30 and your height is 167. So in order to so what I mean to create the password is just like adding all together. So this is like your personal documents, and your password is what is your password, and type that one as this is your personal details, and we can print in the form like this. Even for example, even if you want to go for some division or multiplication like that. So for example, if I want to uh, half of your age, or for what of the half of your age is age divided by 2. So if it is only the integer, then it will be applicable half age by 2. And if I just print simply the half age 2, then it will come print half age. So usually it's not the way we, if it's like a default is a string, even we can add this as string, default Python string. So if we divided string by 2, it won't happen. So it's like only happen if integer by 2 or the float by 2. And when we are adding all this functionality, you can just like use the function called fprint to get the value. So before we are closing, I just like um, type a final thing, that what's your password. Sorry. Okay, what's your password? So I'm just like creating a simple password before we are going out from the section. So password is, so I'm just like going to print. So just like basically I just want to show that the variable form, that how we can the print the function. So we can print name as it is. Name is absolutely fine. So but when we are print age, I have to convert that one into string. Then I would say, then again when I'm converting to the height, again I have to convert it to the string, then only it will work properly. So this is my password. So my password is print. So what I can do, that I just open a double quote, and my password is um, okay, and maybe I just like add a backslash n. Okay, so okay, so one more time we're gonna run before we are closing. So my yeah, backslash n is not a, so we don't need that, just like a password. So here we can see that in invalid, my password is name, the string age and string height. And again we can just use this one, or we have to convert each and every terms to the string. So here exactly what is the syntax error, invalid syntax name. So because it can't identify what is the syntax for the name, so I add that also a string. So we can just like basically convert all them are in a string, or we can just use the fprint. That's pretty easy. Then here we say invalid syntax, because we already create this one is input. So either we can just take out everything, or we can use those things. So maybe, yeah, I just like say my password, my password is to, sorry, I just like going to print and option that my password is. So my password is, then I just going to add my name. So then I just gonna run this one and see how it will look like. So now it works, because I forgot to add the plus in before. That's fine. So I'm just add John, that is string right now, and my age I'm adding, and my height I'm adding, and then I'm just like it, and my password is John. And if you want to add another data type, age, then how we gonna look like, we can just like check that how that gonna look like. um, okay, my name is John, and my age is height. Then here we can see that this data type is age is something different. So that's I'm saying either we can just like add like this, means then now I just add my age as string. Then again we can just like look that one more time, John, and my height. So here you can see that my password is John 30 age, because this is our string, because before we forgot to add the plus sign over there. Then if I add string and height, so that also converted to height. So one more time I'm just going to run this code then before we close. So finally my name is John, and my that is a string, and what's my age is 30, and then that's integer, and my height is a float, and then the final output what we print, that print your name is John, and that's like a f print condition, your age is 30, your height is 167, and my password is John 30 167.4. So one way we just convert all of them as string, other is just like a use the f print and we print all the functionality as it is.